Hey, what's going on, everyone? A little update here. Got the dual snorkel air filter housing connected up. Painted the. I put some ceramic black paint on it, just to make it look a little nice. And everything's hooked up. It's getting cold air from outside the fenders, from the inner fender actually. Everything went pretty smooth when I turned the vehicle on, and right now I have it timed at 12 degrees on the distributor. Advanced seems to be running good right there. I don't have the vacuum advance connected. Later on, I'm gonna hook that up and play with it around a little bit, see how it runs. They're a little notorious for over advancing on these vehicles. For some reason, when I had the old motor, I had to have it disconnected because it would over advance and then pop. And but this is a whole different beast, so we're gonna connect that later on and see how it runs. Haven't made any videos because I was changing the rack and pinion. I had a really bad leak on the left side boot. It was ripped. Both sides were ripped, and pretty sure it was leaking on both sides, but the left side was really bad, and I didn't want to use the car like that. It was leaving trails of power steering fluid. And that's new. I got one at O'Reilly's. Found one for about 150. So it's got a new one on there. Hopefully it lasts. Boots for the spark plug wires. See those boots, that'll protect them from like melting or heating up right there up the boot. When I turned the car on, I had to run it for like 30 minutes to break in the cam, and I mounted a couple of those wires because those headers got pretty hot. One, the vents was not set where it should have been, so it caused the headers to get a little bit hotter right there. No big deal. The car ran good, didn't overheat or anything. Later on, I had a couple of coolant leaks in the right here in the hoses. Just the clamps needed to be tightened up a little bit more. It's little things that that come up, when you have a new build like this, and new parts, new clamps, new hoses. Little things like that will always pop up. Carburetor is running great. I need a little bit of adjustment on it. I think it needs a bigger squirter, or possibly just a bigger cam on the carburetor. Because remember, it's a 306 now, so it might need a little bit more fuel. Yeah, it runs good. Like when you're running it, sometimes when you hit the pedal a little bit, you can feel like a little bit of a delay, or a little bog, maybe, or you could call it. So it's lacking fuel when you accelerate. So I'm gonna play with the accelerator pump, and then if that doesn't correct it, they say the squirter, just go a couple steps up, and then go from there. There's the vacuum secondary spring too that could be coming on too late. There's like three things I need to play with, which is fine. I had my old carburetor really good, adjusted real good for that motor. So now it's just this one needs to be tuned. It's no big deal. Other than that, it's great. Everything's good. The only other little leak I have is right here on the power steering. Not this line, because this one I put a new O-ring, but the one right here. Apparently this one screws off, and there's two O-rings, so I'm getting a little leak from there. See that? It's just annoying. It leaves a couple of drops on the floor, and I figured it's from there already, which is no big deal. I'll probably just do that in a couple days. Other than that, I'm very happy. I already drove it. It's only got 30 miles on it now, barely, or something. I have it set up on the tach to get on trip to see how many miles. Because at 500 miles, I have to change the oil again, and then put a zinc additive in there. Did a little bit of a home alignment right here. I moved the camber plate a little bit. Other than that, my next step was going to be probably change the bushings on the front control arms. Ball joints. I want to change the two lower ball joints. Tie rods are good. I'm going to check those. And do the bushings on the back rear end on the axle and the control arm rear end. Yeah, I think she'll be good. Take her to get aligned. I mean, I'm running it already. It's already in use. So next video, I'll start her up, and you guys can hear her. We'll see how she sounds. She doesn't sound. It doesn't sound mean because it's got MagnaFlow mufflers on it, and they're not very. They're mellow. They're not very loud. So even with the headers, she sounds a little bit louder than before because it had the iron manifold, exhaust manifold on it before. But now with the headers, it's a little bit louder. Like it seems like it's flowing better. She sounds good in the car when you're driving it, though. You can hear the mufflers; they're mellow. You know, maybe later I'll try some like 40 series or something that. I don't know. I just don't want to get too annoyed driving it, you know, making so much noise, too much attention. But other than that, it's good. Yeah. Well, we'll see you guys in the next video.